Fratelloni's Hardware and Garden Stores.
I am rolling.
Fratelloni's Hardware and Garden Stores brings your Garage Logic podcast number 1321, June 5th, 2024, 99 degrees on this day. Again, just 3 years ago in 2021, 40 degrees on this day in the year 2000. They wouldn't have been swimming in the year 2000, but they would have been swimming 3 years ago. I hope that swimming area along the beach was kept free of weeds and algae and junk and crumpled up leaves and twigs and sticks and everything else that Aquacide products can get rid of. Aquacide products are made in White Bear Lake. They work quickly. They're easy to use. They're registered with the EPA and DNR. There is no need to let weeds overtake your lake or pond this summer. Call Aquacide today. Tell them what you're looking at. Go down the end of the dock with your phone and say, look at, I don't know, it's all green. It's just ugly and the kids don't like it. They'll get you the right products. Your place will look great all summer long. Call Aquacide at 1-800-328-9350 or go to aquacide.com.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Heidt in the newsroom, and of course, the Rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
I'm thinking it would be impossible to have a positive show. As long as we've appointed ourselves,
save it for Thursday. For
the keepers of the mystery. Everywhere you look, we're stealing fire hydrants in California. We're stealing fire hydrants in the Florence Firestone neighborhood of South LA. There's no working hydrants for the neighborhoods. And this has been broken down. Apparently the scrap metal's worth 6 cents a pound. The fire hydrants weigh 50 pounds.
Wait a minute.
So you steal a fire hydrant, you're going to make about $6.
$6. $3.
30. 300.
That blood would math.
6 cents.
It's something with the 3.
6 cents a pound.
$30.
No, it's $30.
It's 30
times 50.
It's at the intersection of 82nd Street and Hooper Avenue.
Wait a minute. Time out.
It's $3.
I'm telling you.
No, it's $30.
Is it?
You're Jim's scrap iron. Okay. You're in business.
Guy brings in a hydrant.
Here comes, whatever his name is with a. Where'd you get that? Oh, I've had this for a long time. Yeah.
I would try selling them back to the city. Ken's used fire hydrants.
I need those numbers again. I'm sorry.
Well, here's somebody that says 150 pounds. Oh, they're 150 pounds at 4 cents a pound.
Well, that's not what you said earlier.
I made a mistake. That's $6.
That's $6.
That's $6.
Oh my God!
It's like the other one would have been $3, like I said.
Well, that isn't worth it. I want more money for my hydrant. I want at least, I don't know, $1 a pound.
Or are you going to be like,
if I'm going to sweat like that to haul a fire hydrant to Pete's scrap iron, I want $1 a pound.
Who's your
what
guy?
Sawzall blade are we going to use to cut that? That's some serious. That's cast, isn't it?
She's going to be pretty dull.
Those are tough. Those are tough to steal. But now they're replacing the hydrants and installing locks on the hydrants. You got to lock a fire hydrant. You got to lock a fire hydrant in the United States of America.
Unbelievable. I don't believe that. It's not believable.
Right here.
Shoot, I believe it.
Yeah, right here.
Well, you know who was the popular kid in the neighborhood? Was the kid that had the fire hydrant wrench and could open that sucker
on a hot day.
And it's a party for everybody.
Sheltered childhood because I didn't know anyone who owned a fire hydrant wrench. Hayseed.
Well, you were living there with the upper class, the upper echelon on the shores of White Bear Lake.
Yeah.
The aristocrats of White Bear Lake.
We didn't have fire hydrants.
Yeah. Tap water came out like
we had hose stuck into the lake.
Bucket brigade.
Turning to national news, well, of course, Joe, That was national
was
news,
national
wasn't it?
It's
It was
not here.
California.
California.
The Wall Street Journal is reporting that lawmakers behind the scenes are very worried about our president's cognitive decline. I think a cognitive decline has been evident in both candidates. But the Wall Street Journal is reporting that there's an unevenness in meetings, that sometimes Biden will pause for long periods of time, and then he's speaking very softly, and he's walking like a toddler. I'm not being facetious. That's what's been
The short
reported.
steps.
Just little teeny toddler steps that sometimes I mimic. If you watch a toddler walk, their arms and hands involuntarily go up for balance.
Yeah.
I do that. What the hell?
I do that after a couple bourbons.
That's right.
right. Just trying to find the wall.
Attendees at meetings have had trouble hearing Biden as he read general points that already had been agreed upon. Yesterday he gave remarks. Now, Trump's only 3.5 years younger, and he isn't the sharpest pencil in the box. He's making a lot of mistakes on the campaign stump. Yesterday, Biden spoke about new border rules. He's pretending that he's tightening down on the border. I don't use the word pretending lightly. That's all this is. So let's play some of that and see if we can detect.
I've come here today to do what the Republicans in Congress refuse to do. Take the necessary steps to secure our border.
They get you another drink, sweetheart.
This was another clip of Mr. Biden.
I think the thing about, let me put it this way. I remember when I was vice president.
Okay. You're only drinking water from now on.
And
cutting
this
you
one,
off.
I will cut him some slack because I'll be honest. I don't know if this is a word or not. I will defer to you guys here. Mr. President, please take it away.
And I'm going to end by saying, look, I know I'm accused of being a congenital optimist.
Congenital.
is a word.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then. All right. There we go.
But does it work there?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys.
He's I don't know what the context was. He's been accused of being a congenital. As we go forward, find Trump stuff that doesn't make sense.
That would be fun to match.
Okay.
So you know what? We could,
We'll play
through the
them side
magic
by
of
side.
audio,
Yeah.
we could make our own debate.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I think we should.
Yeah. Get busy, Reavers.
Okay.
I'm not right this minute.
Well, I was going to say a little heads up might have been helpful.
I said as we
No, I
move
want something
forward.
Going
Yeah,
forward.
no, before the end of the
Not
show.
today. Don't worry about
No,
today.
Joe. Before the end of the
What
show,
the
Joe.
hell?
250 years ago, there was some side by side because I knew you were going to bring this up, and I guess I'll play this for two reasons because this was a clip in August of 2020, so not quite 4 years ago, as he was running for the presidency, talking about the border issue.
First of all, every executive order this president has issued relating to
Stop.
the
That wasn't
The
long.
difference in his voice in 4
exactly
years is
why.
amazing.
That's exactly why I wanted to
It's
play
amazing.
it.
You're brilliant, Chris. You're brilliant.
You can hear a complete difference, but in both of what he was saying on the campaign trail and the way he's saying it.
Can I have the Ilhan Omar update, please?
You
All right. I don't know who to root for here.
all right. Author's
Ilhan,
Corner,
no.
Here is your latest Ilhan Omar report on Garage Logic.
Oh, I thought he was screwing the Chinese.
Hey now.
Oh.
Oh,
Representative Ilhan Omar's husband, Tim Minette, is accused of swindling an investor in their California winery. The noted capitalist Ilhan Omar apparently has interest in a winery.
She owns a winery in California.
Yes.
Wow.
In the fall of 2021, D.C. area restaurant owner, this is dated today, named Naeem Mode, was presented with an unbelievable investment opportunity. Two political operatives turned venture capitalists would triple Mode's money in just 18 months if he invested $300,000 in their winery.
Come on.
Yeah, the pair had been paid in grapes by a former client and had hired a well-respected Sonoma winemaker to turn those grapes into profit. They promised if they didn't pay Mode the full $900,000 on time, they would tack on 10% monthly interest on any outstanding balance according to the contract shared with the reformer. And the site I'm on is, what site am I on?
Minnesota Reformer.
Minnesota Reformer. The officer might have seemed suspicious if not for the person making it, Tim Manette, a political consultant and husband to Omar. And this goes on. And apparently, Mode did wire $300,000 to Manette and his business partner. But 18 months came and went when Mode did not receive the return he was promised.
Uh-oh.
Manette said, Manette and Haler, his business partner, Manette's business partner is named Will Haler. Manette and Haler only returned Mode's $300,000, and that was a month late. So there's a big complaint now that Ilhan's hubby was
So wait a minute, let me get this
stiffing
straight.
a business or stiffing an investor.
So
It's a long story. I don't want to read it because I don't care about her.
So they they were given $300,000 as
By this
initial
guy,
investment,
this restaurateur.
promising $900 in your return.
Look, you give us $300,000, we're going to triple that for you.
But did they pay back the
They
original?
paid the
$300,000?
original a month late after 18 months, but this guy still hasn't seen his. In other words, he didn't make anything. He got his
Got it.
$300,000 back and didn't even have interest, much less an additional $600,000.
I'd be relieved to get my $300K back.
Yeah, I can't believe
Well,
it.
what's the interest
He
on
even let us know.
18
Apparently,
months?
they got a marijuana farm too. Let's see what that part's about.
Sodak?
Yes.
Kenny, huh?
Another company they started owes $1.2 million to cannabis growers in South Dakota.
Why don't they just take it from the Feed Your Family fund?
Why doesn't Omar just issue a bill allotting them, some money? Or something?
I have a question. Isn't it interesting that a lawmaker would decide not to do business in her own freaking state?
Well, this is not her.
Okay.
It's her husband.
See what your
Okay.
point is.
Well, probably the taxes are cheaper.
really? You
Yeah.
think maybe
Are
that's
you doing a South Dakota ad?
Taxes are cheaper in South Dakota.
What a freaking fraud.
Yeah, they owe the dope company 1.2.
But it's very messy. I mean, if you read into it,
I am. It's terribly
an
messy.
upside down, messy, hard to understand.
She's a sweetheart, and she's ours, baby. She's ours.
Now, you're going to have to background me. This Minette character you're talking about, is he the one that she divorced her brother to marry, and he was cheating on his wife while hanging out with Omar? Is that the same guy?
I believe the answer to that is yes.
Yes and yes.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I'll stick an alleged in there. What the hell?
Sure.
Nothing seems to be working.
What do you mean? Your microphone's fine?
Have you seen a doctor?
Right. Yeah.
I
she's
was
talking about
noting
that.
to the council, I write them a brief note every week, and I was noting today that we've come a long way in the wrong direction since Wendy Anderson held up that fish on the cover of Time magazine back in the 70s. Just think of lately what hasn't worked. Nicole Mitchell.
Yeah.
Jamal Mitchell.
Yep.
Food fraud. Bribing jurors.
What's happening to America?
Melvin Carter getting his college loans paid off, even though years ago he had money for rental property that he didn't maintain.
You did.
Yeah. I mean, nothing, squandering an $18 billion surplus. Ricky Cobb, Ryan Londrigan, Mary Moriarty. Nothing works. Nothing is working.
Give me an example of something that is working so it's not all negative.
Well, let me look.
Joe's pencil sharpener.
It's working.